We're out! And we're at, an inn or something?
This is an emergency. I'll have to ask you to stay here for now. Everything's arranged, and nobody will disturb you.
Oh. We just left Irminsul. And the Balladeer did something in Irminsul.
I'm sorry, but this isn't something I need your help with. Leave this one to me.
An emergency? How bad is it? Nahida, will you be okay?
Don't worry. If my assessment is correct, though there may be some minor disturbances, it won't lead to a disaster. Please rest and recover your strength here until I say it's safe.
Her voice has gone. Paimon can't shake the feeling that something really big has happened. What do you think the Balladeer meant? And why did he suddenly grab onto you before?
Oh, he was trying to erase himself. He's trying to erase himself from Irminsul? Would that change the past?
He wants to change the past?
Oh.
Surely that's impossible. Right. You can't just rewrite history. All that stuff happened already in real life. It's like, imagine Paimon drank all the water in this inn. Even if no one was there to see it, Paimon would sure as heck remember drinking it.
That's a good example, Paimon.
So, why does Paimon still have a bad feeling about this? Paimon can't help but feel scared about what he might do. Paimon's so confused. Huh? Sorry, Paimon accidentally... It's the Balladeer's fault for causing Paimon all this mental stress. But erasing yourself from history? It's unthinkable. Is that really possible in Irminsul? Uh-oh. Paimon's head is overheating from trying to understand what he's up to. And it's still not working. Paimon's had it with that little brat. He's been nothing but trouble ever since we met him. There's no way he'll actually succeed, right? Otherwise, won't everyone who's connected to him be affected too?
I feel like Paimon is not somebody to be calling other people a brat. Riding Gokuden?
There's nothing we can do about it at this point. Hey, have you got any ideas on what we should do next? Seems like now there's nothing left for us to do but to go to sleep. But Paimon's still so worried. Paimon won't be able to sleep a wink tonight. So, how about, we list all our favorite foods to take our mind off things?
Paimon, stop.
If that doesn't work, Paimon's probably gonna collapse of anxiety here. Alright, Paimon will start. First dish. Munstack grilled fish. Oh, and chicken mushroom skewers.
Paimon seems fine.
Pancakes, cream stew, sauteed matsutake, and Dragon chili chicken, almond tofu, satisfying.
Hey, Trigon, how are you?
Also Adeptus Temptation, golden shrimp balls, triple layered consomme, lotus seed and bird egg soup, and
Did she fall asleep? Paimon?
What was Paimon supposed to be doing just now? talking? Huh. Paimon suddenly can't remember what she was talking about. What was it again?
The balladeer?
The balladeer?
Oh, he must
Is
have
that
erased
a food
himself.
too?
He did it, but we're not
Where
from this
did
world,
he
so
go?
it doesn't get erased from our memory.
What's wrong? Your eyes are like saucers. Was it something Paimon said?
No.
So, the balladeer. Is that someone's name? 'Cause it sounds like a nickname or something.
I'm doing good, Trigon. We're enjoying a little bit of Genshin. Genshin stories and lore today. This is the Archon quest, because you know how, like, things get stuck behind each other? I was stuck... I couldn't progress the Archon quest until I started Nihida's story quest. And then I got to a part in Nihida's story quest where I couldn't go any further until I got past this part in the Archon quest. So we're ping-ponging. We're ping-ponging. Yes, he successfully infiltrated Google's database.
Okay, sure. Where are we going?
Going back to Inazuma.
Huh? Fine by Paimon, but is everything okay? You're acting like this is an emergency. We have some questions and thought you might be able to help.
Certainly do. I've researched the furnace here in some depth. If there's anything you want to know,
Nom,
just
nom, nom.
ask away.
Oh, because, right. In the morning. That makes sense. How have you been? You went to and from Del Rio today? What was there, for work? You've been grinding so many achievements for Primos, you almost ran out. It's either complete RNG, whether you get the commission, impossible to finish before 4.0, or something else that's really hard. I really should go through the
Like
achievements
the back
to
of
see.
my hand. Not only
You're just
that,
trying to get
but
all the
I've
prime
met
ribs for
people in
the new
Inazuma whose
character
families
come
used to
out, right?
live in Tatarasuna years ago. They said it's all true, the history here. Oh, well, it's a long story, don't you know? The tale of Tatarasuna starts a long time ago. I'm told that its history is one of the most foremost forging and smelting operations in the nation, goes back around 1,000 years. Still, the furnace has had a couple of serious maintenance issues along the way.
A couple? When exactly?
One was just in the last few years, the other was several hundred years ago. A fun fact, I'm not the first Fontaine tech guy to come and work on it either. There was a guy back then too. They say he was a mechanic who consulted on a technology upgrade. It seems like the technological collaboration between our two nations goes back a long way. How about that?
Oh, I'm muted. I had, my
Was
food
you
went
gonna ask
places I
Samurai
couldn't
something about Tatarasuna?
dig around in on
Ask
camera.
already.
You need another 40 wishes to be guaranteed. Oh, 40 wishes. A lot. And you, I mean, do you do the Welkin or anything, or are you completely free to play? You got a new truck? Listen, if you have the money and that's what you want to spend it on, then I say go for it. It is a pretty good amount. The event right now gives some good prime ribs.
Oh, I didn't realize you two were here for a history lesson.
Me neither. Paimon doesn't know what's gotten into this one today.
He was the first
Looks like
5-star in
he's been preparing
Sumeru.
for a history exam or something.
What brought this on? Did you just wake up today with a sudden burning desire for historical knowledge? Sure, go ahead.
New to you. It's a 2007. Oh, very nice. My neighbor's selling like a 2006 and it looks like brand new with like 70,000 miles on it. Sometimes you spend, but you're doing best to get this without spending. Oh, right. From the leftover crystals after getting Cleve's outfit. Yeah. I think you'll get it. I'm crossing my fingers for you. Oh, the Tainori was Samira's first 5-star? They did announce he would go into standard beforehand, though, so everyone knew. Oh, well, at least you'll know. At least they're straight up about it.
A kabuki mono? No, I can't say that I have. I do know the word, Inazuman, for those eccentric types who always go around dressed to the nines. Just the sort of person that I'd like to meet, actually. But sadly,
Kabuki
I've
mono.
never had the pleasure, nor have I come across anything to do with a kabuki mono where Tatara Suna is concerned.
Where's my water? Bella, I'm not talking to you right now. I'm not talking to you. Bella, I'm not talking to you right now.
Of course! Don't mention it.
Oh, we're leaving? Okay.
Oh.
Bye, Xavier.
Oh, you're most welcome. More than happy
What
to
did
help.
she call him?
Farewell.
Xavier? His name is Xavier? That is not his name. His name is
Looks like you got
Xavier.
all the information you're looking for. Sure, but what's up with you today? Whatever it is, it seems like it's really troubling you. Keep your smile, Spinal Crocodile. No matter what happens, Paimon will always be there for you.
Oh, thank you, Paimon.
Don't mention it.
Hold on, I need to go find my water.
Let's head off and go meet Nahida.
Hey, it's them.
Aquaba.
Akaba, Sawada, you're still here?
Indeed we are. If you have a moment, we'd love for you to join us once
I really
more.
want to get that Ant game, Star Fox.
We have time. What do you want to talk to us about?
It's the same topic we discussed last time.
Obviously. Obviously.
Still looking for more info about Tatara Suna, huh? Should we join them?
This game is really
Unfortunately,
pretty.
We haven't made any real progress. Huh? Oh, of course.
Oh. No, thank you.
I presume you'll want to read mine as well. Here.
Oh. No, thank you.
Well, what do you think?
A masterpiece.
Hey, Traveler. Remember how last time Akaba was saying how he wished he could gather more information about all this? Well, we just got back from Inazuma. So how about we tell them what we learned?
What did you find out? Something big?
It's a long story. Basically, we have some friends in Inazuma, and...
Wow, so many new details. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Well, well. So it all comes down to one man's desire for revenge. Huh. You heard this from a member of the Amanoma clan, you say? Then I guess it must be true. Ugh. So there's no ghost story here after all.
This new information actually lends further credence to my hypothesis. Evidently, swordsmiths were seen as having an incredibly prestigious role in society those days, to the extent that harming them was conceived of, at least by the perpetrator, as a way of exacting revenge against those in power.
Yes, okay, point taken, you were right. But that doesn't mean I can't carry on with my novel.
And they're back at it. These guys are really into this.
Oh, so sorry. Look at us, prattling on about our projects and ignoring you. Thank you so much for the information.
You're welcome. See ya.
Oh, use the
Keep us in
interactive
loop if
map
you find out anything else.
on the last few time trials. I mean, honestly, they could just be hidden
do.
in a place. It's probably gonna be easiest, I think. Actually, I don't know how would, I don't know, maybe that won't be easier. Because you still have to go through all of them to find it. Unless you've been marking them off this whole time, you'd still have to go and like look for them all, I guess. Bumpity bump.
Nahida, we're here!
Traveler, Paimon.
Oh, you need to
How
use
you
it for
been?
the electrocilius and found them quite
Where
easily.
to start?
Well, when you know where to
Paimon
go,
hasn't had
definitely probably a little bit
moment's
easier.
rest this whole time. That night, we ended up chatting and chatting until suddenly the sun was up. And then she decided she wanted to go to Inazuma.
The Balladeer?
Oh, Nahida doesn't know the Balladeer either.
Sounds like some kind of code name.
Oh no.
You look troubled. Is there something you need to tell me?
And even though there are definitely some more you could do, you won't get that desperate. You'll get it. We're gonna cross our fingers for lucky pulls. I am the Repo Keeper.
Hey, what's wrong? You look so upset.
I have to tell you the truth. I don't even remember what the story is now. There was once the one named Balladeer. Created by the Electro Archon, he was a puppet who lived among men. After a series of events in Tatarasuna, the Balladeer, thinking he had been thrice betrayed, left Inazuma to roam the world beyond. With no trust for humans and only loathing for the gods, he bore his grudge for years as he grew in strength, and returned to Inazuma to take his revenge. He tried in vain to become a deity with a gnosis, and ended up losing everything. Finally, he entered Irminsul and learned the truth behind his betrayal. Knowing now that his entire life was built on lies, he did the unthinkable in an attempt to reverse his tragic fate.
That's quite a story. So, this puppet known as the Balladeer erased himself from Irminsul, hoping that he could change the past.
But how was he even able to do that?
As the traveler said, he very nearly became Sumeru's deity. Admittedly, I remember it a little differently. I don't recall finding anyone inside the machine after we defeated it. Nevertheless, it does make sense. If someone were to successfully erase themselves from Irminsul, the world would change to reflect the new reality.
So, you believe this person really existed, and we just don't remember him because, well, because he literally changed the world?
Yes. Theoretically speaking, it is possible to do this. But I'm struggling to imagine the kind of person who would dare go through with it. The traveler comes from a world beyond Javat. That's why there's no information about her in Irminsul. And it also explains why any changes to Irminsul wouldn't affect her. So if there's anyone in the world capable of retaining memories from a past that has been rewritten, it's you. It's quite incredible when you think about it.
I feel like getting 10 to 20 more wishes will be enough, considering the star- not only the star glitter, but like your dailies, right? How many? You get 60 a day? And there will be events too, so there might be some in the events. Wish when it was erased from Irminsul, it was also erased from my mind.
Paimon's having a hard time understanding this Balladeer guy's motivations. Why did he do it?
I can only make inferences based on the information we've been given. As for what kind of person he was, only you remember that.
We were enemies. We were enemies. After doing the math, you can guarantee only needing 20 more wishes. It would be down to 18 now. I think you'll get it. I think you'll get it. I'm crossing my fingers for you, for sure. Can't tell Nahida that. I feel like we need to tell Nahida everything. I just want to tell her all of my
Something else
secrets.
worrying you? Something that you can't share? It couldn't change the fate of the ones who had died, right? Once the Balladeer realized he hadn't been betrayed after all, it must have completely changed his view of the people of Tatarasuna. Now he saw them as friends again. He couldn't keep hating humans after that. And if he thought there was a chance he could save his old friends, it would be hard not to try. This story makes sense, every part of it. The Balladeer tried to achieve godhood with the Doctor's help. He was unsuccessful, but retained the power to connect with Irminsul. That power then enabled him to change what was recorded in Irminsul and erase himself, even though he didn't have much strength left.
Yeah, it does make sense, but it still ended in tragedy for his friends. It just feels so hopeless. He gave everything to do this, but it seems like he got nothing in return.
Poor Balladeer. He has just been used his whole life.
Please wait a moment. I want to check something. Found it. This should be the one. It turns out that I have a strange way of confirming everything she has told us.
Miss Kill Mary, Toma, I'll hate them or shall.
A record from a personal collection. It was tucked away in a corner. You should take a look.
I don't think I know anything about Toma, but I'd probably marry I'll hate them. He seems very responsible as a partner in life.
Is this a fairy tale?
I think I'd make out with Shao.
I authored this record myself.
Huh? You wrote a fairy tale that somehow has something to do with the Balladeer?
When combined with the Traveler's narrative, it's clear that this story is an allegory. Everything in it is a symbol for something else.
Hold on. So this record survived from the past?
Yes. Any information about the Balladeer or the Kabukimono and other records will have been changed. But I wrote this story in a way that means it was left intact. Changing the information in Irminsul changes to that. But Irminsul can't change information that was well hidden in advance. I guess I must have written this story as a backup before the Balladeer entered Irminsul.
You'd have to marry all three? I didn't know that was an option.
And sending the Traveler into Irminsul with the Balladeer must have been a further precaution. I knew she'd remember everything. This story is abstract enough that it still resonates with the present information recorded in Irminsul. But if we connect all the different pieces together, the true story that emerges is the one she told us. The now erased life of the Balladeer. There was once a lone monster draped in fox fur. The monster found a family of foxes, joined them, and they became friends. The monster lived with the family day and night, and everyone treated it as one of their own. Once in a while, the monster would take off its fox fur at night and lament to itself as it gazed at its reflection in the water. I am a monstrosity, yet they are too foolish to see it. I pity them. But the monster soon found solace when another came to live among the foxes who was not their kin. A kitten, carved from the wood of a white tree, who had been abandoned by the humans.
These foxes look so
The
cute.
kitten too wished to become a fox, but its tail was too slender, and it could not grow a coat of richly colored fur.
Did he kill a fox
Yet
to
when
get
the
that
other
skin?
foxes saw this, they spoke words of comfort to the kitten. Even without a tail and fur like ours, you are still one of us. Furious at this happy resolution, the monster lit a fire on the mountain. The terrified animals panicked as the fire spread. The only way to extinguish the flames was to make a sacrifice. A gray fox stood up and addressed the monster. It said, "You are the cleverest among us. Surely you can help us find a way to solve this." The monster smiled, led the fox toward the fire, and murdered it. The gray fox's heart was turned into a beautiful drop of water, clear, spotless, and pure. The monster gave the heart of water to the kitten, telling him, "The foxes have decided.
Oh,
You are the one who must be sacrificed. Take this, quench the flames, and die for your fox kin."
Nahida wrote this
The
story?
fire was extinguished, but the kitten lived. It left that side of the mountain and found a little bird who had a broken wing. The two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after. After burying the bird, the kitten left the mountain for good. Never again would it cherish a single creature nor a single blade of grass that stood on that mountain. The kitten spent the nights wandering aimlessly, gnashing its teeth at the moon. How it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. If the world could only return to darkness, then it would finally be peaceful and content. I will become the new moon, the answer to everything. Then, no one will know that there were once birds, foxes, and cats in this world. And no one can know that they were different.
That was the balladeer.
I remember now. This is not just the balladeer story. It is his very own memories. I made a backup so that it would be preserved no matter what happened. To become a god, he was experimented on and modified countless times. It was brutal torture, and the only reason he was able to survive is that he was a puppet. This memory was extracted from him by the scholars. Presumably, they kept it to have something to defend themselves with. Creating a deity was just the first step. Some of them wanted to be able to control it. That's why they backed up his memory for later use. I buried it deep inside one of my own dreams, and then hid it inside an allegorical story so that it wouldn't be altered.
How did she know? I guess she is the god of wisdom.
This person really existed, let alone that he tried to get rid of us on more than one occasion. Paimon has no memory of him at all. He completely vanished like a puff of smoke.
The balladeer agreed to help me look for information about the Descenders, and although he was unsuccessful, he still helped you. Before he vanished, he confirmed an important detail, that Conria was where your twin first came into this world. We still don't know how the change to Irminsul will affect the senior ranks of the Fatui, but in all likelihood, they won't even remember their own Harbinger.
It sounds like Paimon wouldn't like this guy a whole lot if he was still around. But still, Paimon doesn't like the way it all ended that much better.
This is why wisdom alone cannot answer all our questions. We look, we see, and we comprehend, but the question still troubles us. So the answer is not everything. People yearn to find the truth and then conquer the troubles they face. When you give someone the truth, you give them a chance to choose their own destiny. To others looking on, this may seem like a pointless endeavor, but for him, the chance to act on his desire to disappear must have meant a lot. Never forget that even when we walk beneath dark clouds along a road filled with suffering, the light of wisdom is always there, guiding us toward a better destination. And that is what you have been doing all along.
Yeah, Nahida's right. Cheer up. How about we go get something to eat? We can pick up this heavy conversation again later.
Good idea. Paimon, why don't you take her out for a walk to clear her head?
Take her out for a walk like a doggy?
You need to get out of your head for a while. You'll feel much better after taking a walk.
That was Nilu's quest, right? Oh my goodness. That was just, all over the place. Guys, it's all over, this game is all over the place.
We're here! What should we eat first?
Something I'm missing, something important that I'm forgetting.
You gonna answer or what?
Is the person just dancing in the background?
Alright, whatever you want. Well, Paimon will be right here when you figured stuff out. Then we can get something to eat.
You're back? Welcome back, Anima. Burn 333 calories. Forbidden knowledge, Nahida.
Have you figured it all out?
Paimon, give me a second. Raider Lord. Ruka Devada, she said no one can erase themselves from existence, not even her. Oh, right. Otherwise, why would she need to create her own reincarnation unless her Lord Kusanality to do the deletion for her? Right. So he's still out there, and that's the Wanderer.
Why'd you jump up all of a sudden?
What exercises did you do? We got stuck doing, I don't know, it took me through Nilu's quest, which is like a 20-minute cutscene, and then...
Excuse me, boss. There seems to be a small problem with the last bill. Look, here.
Hey! Hey, wait!
Hmm? You mean me?
No, not you. That kid. Didn't you see? Little rascal grabbed my last 2 fresh Sunsettias and ran off. Look, if you're gonna help out here, you can't keep spacing out, okay? What is it? The work's too boring for you? Or has the big city got too many distractions?
I wasn't paying close enough attention. Sorry, boss. I think you're right. Maybe it's the city. It's so exciting. It can be hard to focus.
Who's that guy? You know him or something?
That's the Balladeer.
He's who?
You're a
Paimon.
strange one, kiddo. You say you don't want any money for helping out here, and then when I actually give you some work to do, you keep letting yourself get distracted. I don't want to take advantage, so I'm happy to pay you what I'd pay anyone else. But if you keep acting like this, pretty soon I won't be able to afford to.
No, please. I mean it. You don't need to pay me anything. I'm just so thankful you agreed to take on an outsider like me.
Yeah, Corey keeps saying
You're
strange
welcome,
things.
I guess. But I got
Never
bigger
heard of
things
the
to worry
Balladeer?
about.
That's fair.
Look, we're all out of Sunsettias, and I promised the lady down the street I'd deliver a fruit bowl this evening.
Leave it to me. I'll find some more. Just a moment. I'll be right back.
Stop. I'm gonna level with you, kiddo. I've never met a worker who said they didn't want a wage before. And at first, I got greedy. Couldn't believe my luck. But I figured you'd start asking for something in return eventually. You don't want money.
And
You don't
something
take
about
days
Ruka
off.
who? Greater
And in
Lord
your
Ruka
free
Devada?
time, all I see you do is wander around, taking in the sights. Are you a drifter or something?
That's right, I am. We can talk
A
more about
wanderer.
that later.
He's actually a
First,
wanderer.
Let me get those fruits you needed. Sunsettias, was it? I'll be right back.
Hey, what do we do now? Okay, stay out of sight. Don't let him see you.
Rita Lord Rugavada. Follow. Doggy! Oh.
Yeah, this'll do.
Even though you say he's the balladeer, what are we planning on doing? Stealing his poinsettias? Isn't that a bit too cruel? Oh, alright.
This should be enough. Ah, guess I should wash them before I take them back. Huh? You two over there. Is there something I can help you with?
He spotted us!
Why is she trying to
You've been
hide
following
between
me
her
all the way
hands?
From the city. I'd have to be blind not to notice. Have we met before?
Why are the Sunsettias so big?
No, we haven't met. But you know me? I have no recollection.
Are you absolutely sure?
Sorry, but I just can't take your word for it.
A puppet? What makes you think that?
That's what she said. Gross.
You were right. The look on his face.
I guess you do know me after all. That is not something I share with a lot of people. Look, I'm just a wanderer. But seeing as you've gone through all this trouble to track me down, I'm sure whatever it is must be important. Okay, but please let me deliver these goods to my boss first.
Are you really working for that guy? He said you don't want any more for it. Is that true?
Yes, I ran into him out in the wilderness during a storm, and he let me take shelter in his cart. In return, I said I'd be his helper for a while.
That's oddly nice of you.
Let me take these back. Then I'll come with you, okay?
Then
Okie
let's
dokie.
get to the city.
Mosquito bite on my leg. Okay. At this point, I don't really remember. Oh, gotcha. This way? Oh, we have to go down. Is it in... Oh, return to the grocery stall. To go back to the bazaar. Are children always jumping around in this game? Do children jump around a lot? I don't know.
Here you go, boss. I'll leave them right here.
Oh, you really went and picked some more. Who are these two?
Something's come up, and they need to borrow me. Sorry, boss. I'm afraid I'll be away from the stall for a while.
I was just about to pay you anyway. Go wherever you want, kid. Don't waste your time here.
What?
I get it, okay? You just wanted to help me out, to thank me for giving you shelter from the rain that day. Even then, I don't understand why you're so adamant that you don't want any pay for it. But look, it was pouring down, and there you were, sauntering along without a care in the world, like you had nowhere to be and didn't even care that it was raining. Imagine you were me for a second. It's a little weird, right? Why is this guy traveling during a rainstorm if he's not trying to get somewhere? And why is he taking a shortcut through the open country if he's not even in a hurry? But anyway, taking you in didn't put me out even slightly. You don't owe me a thing for it. Certainly not all this. Your time is valuable. You know, you should go live your life.
Go live
But I
your
don't-
life.
No, you're right.
He's
Then I
much
suppose
nicer
this
now.
is where we say goodbye. Thank you again for taking me into the city.
Don't mention it, kiddo. I've run into all kinds of characters over the years. I just hope you find your path.
Thank you. All right, done. Thanks for waiting for me. We can go now.
Return to the sanctuary of Suristana. Let's see Nahida. Nahida, we have a present for you! Since when is this game in NYC? Hi Kay, how are ya? Happy Eve. We're gonna switch over to Final Fantasy soon. We recaptured a prisoner, let's execute him. Anima! He doesn't remember anything! He erased himself from the Omen's holes! Sometimes the accents in this game are crazy,
wrong?
Kay.
Huh? Are you?
Hello. I do apologize for the sudden intrusion.
We found this guy in the street, but he doesn't seem to remember anything. So, yeah, quite an eventful walk.
Her name is Nahida!
You say that you are trekking across Teyvat to train yourself. Many other Inazumans who describe themselves in this way call themselves Shugenja. Why do you refer to yourself as a wanderer?
Well, it seems more relevant in my case. To me, it sounds like a plant with no roots. But these two claim that they know me, and that I have a hidden past unknown even to myself.
I wouldn't call it the past, but rather... this is a difficult one to explain. I don't like to rely on using terms like this often, but in your case, it seems that it ought to be called, previous incarnation.
Oh, like a past life or something?
Yes, something far more distant than the past. So far away that you cannot perceive it.
Okay, I have to ask. What was I like in my previous incarnation?
I should just do these stories. Since these story quests are so much cutscene, I should just do them. I should just do them while I'm like making stuff. So much cutscene. That's all we've done today is cutscene. We've had 2.5 hours of cutscene. Very tired, but did some cleaning after you got home. Oh, nice. We love it when we. It's always so nice to clean a little bit. I'm really bad at cleaning. I'm just not. I don't like. I'm just not a super organized person. Like my ADHD is not. I'm very much like an out of sight, out of mind person. So I don't like putting things away because I'll forget it exists. But I still feel really good when I can clean up.
Oh, okay. I see. You want to tell me, but you can't bring yourselves to say it. Looks like I didn't have the most wonderful existence in my previous incarnation.
Yeah, you were kind of a dick, honestly, guy.
If it's that difficult to talk about, I have no doubt it will be just as difficult to hear. But I'll be able to handle it. Please, tell me the truth.
Is truth something you care a lot about?
Yes.
Then I'll be straight with you. In your previous incarnation, you did many things that would be considered evil. You
Evil.
nearly died because of what other people did, and many died because of you. As a non-human being, you hated gods and humans alike. You drifted from place to place, never able to settle, even where you found status and identity. You adamantly believed that you were missing a heart. Actions rooted in persistence sometimes bear bitter fruit.
Damn,
Sometimes
Nahida.
you have to let parts of yourself go, or you'll never be happy.
I gave everything I had, but it barely changed history at all.
In terms of the outcome alone,
Now I'm wondering what my previous
True.
incarnation was like. Well, if
I
you're
don't think I
a
can
bigger
judge everything I've heard
asshole in your
purely
previous
terms of right and
incarnation,
wrong. Each choice a person makes belongs to
You
a
were super
specific
troll,
place
Anima.
and time. A chain of cause and effect. A cycle of karma and consequence.
that is the nature of truth. If one thing is right, its opposite must be wrong. And yet, dichotomies like this are not enough to explain the world in all of its complexity.
It seems like my previous incarnation wasn't the most likable individual.
no, we hated you, honestly.
We're not trying to hurt your feelings or anything, but yeah, we weren't your biggest fans.
If we were enemies, why are you trying to help me find the truth?
This is so frustrating! This guy's supposed to be our arch enemy, but now he's just some random stranger we met on the street! He's got so much to answer for, but we can't make him talk because he doesn't remember anything.
Wait, what have we done recently?
Lesser Lord
Oh,
Kusanali.
this is like the
As the god
Stormblood.
wisdom,
That was like
I
Taurus
trust that
Stormblood.
everything
You'd see
told me
you?
must be true.
Where she didn't remember anything and then they didn't want to punish her because she had amnesia?
Yes, it's all true. I can even show you the memories themselves, if you're willing.
Please, I want to see them for myself. I want to experience my own transgressions.
Even though it will cause your present self great mental anguish?
I'm just a puppet, with no heart and no name. There is nothing in this world for me to cling to fill the void within me. Except maybe these sins that can never be undone.
Very well. As you wish.
Wait, shouldn't we go with him? This one's kind of on us for bringing him here.
Don't worry. Whatever danger I might face, it's my burden to bear.
Traveler, could I ask you to supervise him on my behalf?
Oh my goodness, we're
good
always
point.
supervising him.
Given your, unique situation, we'd better keep an eye on you.
Understood.
Thank you. Now, prepare yourselves, everyone.
Put Bennett on.
You want me on your...
This looks like Inazuma.
Right now, you're in a dream I created using information extracted from your memories. These memories will show you the raw truth, but be aware that enemies may react just like in the real world. Please be careful.
Sounds like an immersive experience. It's a good thing we came along.
You don't need to do this for me. I don't deserve your protection.
We never give up halfway. Well, we had to once, but that was your doing.
All right. Thanks.
Wanderer, this is the Shake Pavilion. In your Balladeer incarnation, this is where the Electro Archon placed you after your creation. You had a great many memories here.
Is that because this is kind of like his birthplace?
You could say that, in a sense. You'll see why shortly.
I hear footsteps.
This place is huge. I can't believe the landslide didn't fill it in. I wonder who built it. The Crystal Marrow Miners? No, there's no way. Look at this exquisite construction work, and so well preserved, too. No mining crew would be capable of this. There's someone passed out on the ground.
Who are you?
You're awake. What happened? How'd you get stuck here? Are you injured? Huh. Not a scratch. And these fine clothes. Who are you?
This man is Katsuragi, deputy to Torichio's adopted son, Mikoshi Nagamasa. He found the balladeer in Shake Pavilion and took him back to Tatarasuna.
And the rest is history. Well, it used to be.
In the original version of events, Katsuragi was ultimately killed by Nagamasa.
Let me get you out of here. Our people are nearby. Hang in there.
During the Tatarasuna incident, Niwa was murdered by the doctor,
Oh,
disguised
yeah.
as a mechanic. The balladeer, then known as the Kabukimono, disappeared not long after. As the second in command at Tatarasuna, responsibility for what had happened fell to Mikoshi Nagamasa. But Katsuragi had sworn lifelong loyalty to Nagamasa after the latter had once saved his life. At Katsuragi's insistence, Nagamasa killed him to put an end to the Tatarasuna incident.
Oh my god.
Katsuragi seems like he was a good guy.
He looks like a warrior, but he has a kind face. Why couldn't he live a long and happy life?
Nagamasa, I found this young guy in a cave sealed off by a landslide. He doesn't remember his name.
Well, we need to call you something. I hear the workers are calling you the Kabukimono.
The Kabukimono.
It's fine with me.
Katsuragi, report to Niwa. Tell him we have someone new joining us.
This? Oh, gotcha. Move this? What? Why going that way? Oh. See this? There we go. There we go. Oh, is this electricity? It looked like a green vagina.
Huh? What are we doing back here? Whoa, this is where you were born? It's pretty, but there's nobody here.
Oh, is this his friend that dies?
I was abandoned, like you. I lived here for a while at first, but there's nothing for us here. We can't stay.
Okay. I heard my mom and dad used to make swords, but the factory manager died, and then my dad got sick. He kept coughing all the time, just like me. Then Mom started coughing too.
But you can't. You promised me.
Yup, we're family now. We're gonna be together forever and ever.
This child didn't have a name. Or rather, the balladeer didn't know what to call him. His father died before he could name him.
Oh, that's
After
sad.
his mother died, the child stayed in their straw hut alone. Some
Yeah,
of
it's
the
like the
neighbors
second
helped to
betrayal
raise
or
him.
something.
After leaving Tatarasuna, the balladeer ran into this child who didn't have a name, just like him. They made a promise to live together.
What happened to the child then?
He died from his illness while he was still very young. The balladeer came home one day and found that he had stopped breathing.
Hey! What's wrong? Say something! You promised me we could be family!
No, it's the third betrayal.
You're no different from Niwa and all the others. You betrayed me too.
I mean, that's a little unfair. The child died.
The voices have gone. It looks like the memory ends here.
Let's keep going.
It's his fault for dying? It's not his fault for dying. He was sick. His mom and his dad died before him. You can't die as a healer. It's your job to stay alive. I die all the time.
You do realize you're blocking my path.
I come not to obstruct you. I've been waiting. What you are truly is a weapon. One that could be wielded with an iron will. Or you could continue to drift aimlessly.
Are you trying to win me over?
The long-fated rebellion has begun. Why not take your place at the banquet and join those who shall feast?
This is bad.
Witness the power of Gugwa.
This is it.
Here we go. Oh. This one.
Punishment!
I got confused for a second.
First.
You, Blade! You're up!
Let's light it up! Teamwork is dreamwork! Rain outlines your fate. Judgment!
That seemed to work.
Lights out. Let's light it up! Rain cutter!
First.
You can't run!
Don't be scared!
Finally, some quiet.
Oh god, there's more! I wasn't expecting it.
Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun.
No, my sword!
Not quick in a sweat.
I'm going in!
You can't run. Well,
Punishment!
you got it. Don't be a killjoy. We've only just
Hey,
begun.
water? Well, I don't know what water is.
You're up!
You
Lucy's?
can't run.
Judgment!
Well, neither can I.
Neither can I. You can't run. I've never heard that. You can't run. Well, neither can I. That's funny.
Don't be scared!
Let's light it up! Lights out. Everybody stand back!
Oh.
This place is dark.
Paimon knows this place. It's the Delusion Factory in Inazuma.
In the original version of events, the Traveler once encountered the balladeer here.
Such a creepy atmosphere. And so familiar. Hey, look Look over there!
Well, well, my fair lady. Is this rundown factory and these incompetent fools all for me? Wow. You shouldn't have.
We killed her.
What do you have to gain from belittling your subordinates? You might not want to admit it, but you are a part of this plan. Perhaps you find fighting in the Abyss to be a more meaningful use of your time? Oh, but of course, even this pales in comparison to being experimented on by the Doctor.
What a sharp tongue you have. Funny how negotiating never seems to be your strong suit. For the task ahead, I suggest you keep your true feelings to yourself.
Save your breath. I know what I have to do.
I'm sure you think so, but I still think you need to hear it. Don't start thinking you're invincible, and don't let your emotions get in the way.
Surely you're not worried about me.
I just can't have you getting in my way. You and Child never fail to find ways to complicate things.
I'm merely lighting a little fire in this chaotic nation.
It's so weird that she dies, but nobody else has died yet.
Trash must make you want to destroy it completely. Do you remember the last time you were here?
Oh, I guess the Raiden Shogun killed her.
Swordsmiths you killed. I'm sure the descendants of the Raiden Gokaden are still suffering the consequences now. Look at you. Oh, don't get so sentimental. Now, give that poor little tongue of yours a rest and stop pretending like you're above everyone else. Bye then. See you at the victory feast.
Poor little tongue? She's playing with fire talking to me like that. Who does she think she is? Forget it. Someone might find me here any minute now. I should prepare to give them a warm welcome.
The plot does not end here. There is more of this story to come. Wanderer, are you able to continue?
Yes. Please don't worry about me.
The child did?
Why are you staring at me in silence? Can't you think of a nicer way to express yourself?
I'm under no obligation to be nice to you. Besides, I thought nothing mattered to you except results in your own interests. Isn't that right, witch?
Muddle-headed puppet. You're only number 6 because you can take more abuse than other humans. Do you really count that as an asset?
You're about as much fun to be around as a raging inferno. But before we murder each other, it'd be best if we finish our duties.
Hi, Ka. How are ya? Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in, Ka.
Out of my sight.
How was the tutorial today? I assumed you were doing tutorial, more tutorial than you. Ka's doing a tutorial on how to speedrun Horizon Forbidden West, so if you want to learn, Ka's the man! Ka is the man! Oh, are there more? I can't pause! Hopefully I don't die. Oh, bless us. We're gonna die. You know what? It's time for this. Hey, Doc, how are you? Did somebody else come in? I missed it. Oh, thank you. And there's another streamer I watch who's obsessed with Scaramucci. I like he's pretty cool. I don't not like him. You lost 50 seconds in the last 2 splits? No! You choked on a world record? It's okay. It's all just practice. World record Ka will be here before you know it. I'm doing good. We're chilling with some Genshin. I thought that we would be done by now so that we could go and play some Final Fantasy, but apparently we're not. What are you doing? So, it always helps to have somebody who knows what they're doing, and Ka knows what he's doing, so check them out. Anima's favorite game, Final Fantasy 14.
Looks like we've arrived in Sumeru. Is that?
Considering that Amorta's sage, Nafis, refused to join this project, I'll take part in the experiment in his place.
Welcome.
It's the Dottore. Oh, also, if anybody is worried about spoilers, I am very, very, very deep in the Sumeru Archon quest for Genshin, which is like right at the very end, I think, of like the Archon quests available. So please do not spoil yourself. Feel free to duck out. If you need to do any post-stream, or anybody, if you need to do any post-stream self-care, please go do it. You need to go to the bathroom or poop or walk your dogs or go take a shower. Feel free to do so. Self-care is the best care. We stand that here.
When do we start?
Also, my name is Corey Bear, and I'm a variety streamer. You'd think I would know how to accept a raid. No, I know. And I'm a variety streamer and a game dev streamer. We stream game dev in the morning. We're currently working on a 2D Vampire Survivor-esque timed roguelite survival game. And then at night we play games. So we're currently going through Elden Ring. First playthrough of Elden Ring. And we play Final Fantasy 14 here and Genshin. And I also do a bunch of indie games. I love indie games, so I'm always looking for like just cute indie games. And it doesn't really matter what type, but we have played quite a few the last few weeks, so they've been a lot of time. You thought we only stream Genshin? Oh god, no. My Genshin streams are also crocheting streams, Anima.
You seem impatient. You should know that becoming a god is far from a trivial affair.
The biological transformation is a lengthy process. As such, I too would recommend that we commence as soon as possible. In the event that a successful connection is established, his body will become permanently bound to the machine, and he will be unable to move independently of it.
Nothing worse than what I've been through before then, Doctor.
Wait, he was
You were the
willing?
most resilient test subject I ever came across. Thanks to you, I was able to
Hold on.
garner a great deal of information.
Did they just say that he would, if it took, then he would not be able to move outside of the machine? Like, to be a god, you're to be a machine?
Alas, after that, you were under orders to remain in the abyss. We barely saw each other, and it became difficult to further refine the knowledge I had gained.
That was gracefully worded. Ever wonder what they think if they knew that nothing matters to you, apart from your crazy experiments?
I suggest you speak to me in a more respectful tone, Scaramouche.
Oh,
the
interesting.
mere fact of your utility
Scaramouche.
does not make you indestructible.
The doctor again? That was uncomfortable to watch.
That person gives off a very sinister energy.
It's the doctor.
It's normal for him to give you the creeps. He scares the bejeebers out of Paimon.
Let's move on.
Well, I'm glad now that he didn't become a god, because can you imagine being like stuck to a machine? Like, he would have to be a machine. What if he needed to go into small doorways? He wouldn't have been able to do that. What's a bejeeber? It's like a believer.
You're a god. Do you think I'm evil?
If you accept that he is you, just as you are you, then yes, you are evil.
In your eyes, are there any differences between humans and puppets?
Do you think there are any differences between your present self and your previous and future incarnations? If not, then what are the differences between humans and puppets? Whoever has tasted the joys and sorrows of life in the human realm is human. Whoever has loved and lost, cried with grief, howled with rage at the tragedy of death that eclipses the miracle of life, they are human too.
I've seen enough of my past. If possible, I'd like to reclaim the sins that are mine to bear. No matter the consequences, I won't run from blame or punishment. Whatever I am due, let it come to pass. Can you return my memories to me?
I don't think he wanted that.
But won't that mean you'll lose your
He'll be
current
mean again.
identity?
I don't think we can get
I've
stuff
always
back from
believed that
Irminsul.
human lives follow a set of rules, with each person being a collection of past experiences. As a puppet living in a human world, my life is subject to the same rules.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Okay, hold on. So has, like, what has he been doing? So was he made into a puppet and then he's just lived, like, this whole other life this whole time? He's, like, lived a completely other life of just being a wanderer ever since he was a puppet? Like, he didn't just, like, appear.
Regaining your memories means reverting completely to your previous incarnation. All the emotions that you discarded will return to you. Are you sure you want to do this?
I've lived with a void in my chest my whole life. My creator didn't need me. And ever since I awoke, I've just drifted from one place to the next. But then I met you. And I finally realized that reclaiming my missing sins might be my one opportunity to become my true self.
You're glad they didn't delve too deep into that? Any mistakes would openly... Oh, of what happened between, like, the time he was left as a puppet and now. Yeah, I mean, it has me curious. It really has me curious as to what he was doing, but I think I know what you mean. Like, it could make things a lot... I mean, everything's already kind of messy. It could definitely make things a lot more messy. But here's also what I don't understand right now is that him as, like, the evil version of him wanted to erase himself because he didn't want to live with who he was, like, as the balladeer. He didn't want to live with what he'd done because he realized that, like, the betrayals weren't a thing, and he had all this vengeance in his heart for the wrong reasons. And he wanted to erase who he was so he didn't have to live with that. But now he's like, I want all that back. So that's why I'm like, what? Are you sure? Because you got rid of it already.
I've always felt I have an innate tendency to yearn for something more, in a way that goes deeper than for most people. But for all my soul searching as a Shugenja, I've never fully understood it. Looking at it now, it seems that I brought this curse upon myself. So I beg you, grant me this opportunity to gain a purpose, to change my destiny, and end my wandering.
Very well.
Well, we're gonna
Since
give
your mind
that
is made up,
all to him, aren't
I
we?
will return to you that which is yours. You have made your decision. Now, take this.
Set him free.
A puppet? What's he doing here? You're a human as far as I'm concerned.
Everyone's here. Wonderful.
What a fine blade. Nagamasa will be thrilled.
This is my...
So wait, does giving him this back change everything else again? Does it go, if it, are people gonna remember him again then? Because that's him as a god.
faithless dross will be purged. That's why this won't be the end.
Big. It's big. It's big robot.
Balladeer?
Wait, was he just given a vision?
Die.
He was just given a vision?
This is trying my patience.
Have you got all your memories back now?
Have you got any more stupid questions?
Churn!
I don't know what I'm doing here. I forget this fight.
Insignificant past. Behold.
Oh, can I fight here?
At my command, you shall fall.
The Everlasting Lord of Arcane Wisdom. So did they find somebody else to take this? To become God? I'm just gonna eat a food. Here, are you hungry, Wanderer? I don't feel like you've had a good meal in a really long time. I'm gonna give you some noms, okay? Delicious Matasuki meat rolls. Yum, 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 yum. Here, I'm gonna give you some more. Delicious sweet madame. That's Paimon's favorite.
Insignificant past.
Wait, is he saying that to himself? It sounds like his voice.
The wind rises.
In there. Oh god. Ah! Ah!
I'm used to this.
Oh my god, we're gonna die.
Feeble human. Insignificant past.
Get over here and like punch him? Oh, I can. I didn't realize I could do that.
Churn!
No, I'm gonna get caught up in this.
Insignificant past.
How amusing.
How amusing. We're just going through the past? This still is not making sense. Oh, he's too hungry? I mean, he's too full? Oh, bless us. We can't eat anymore?
Nothing worth mentioning.
We're gonna die.
Feeble human.
Tried to go through that, but it wouldn't let me.
The wind rises.
Well, now that I know I can do this, this makes more sense to me.
You shall fall. Swollen fury. You dare to gaze upon me?
Oh my god, that does so much damage.
Feeble human.
Wait, that gave me health? That gave me health?
My endless cycle
begins!
Things were looking really bad there at one point. Oh, it's scripted so you can't lose a fight. Okay, gotcha. Well, that makes sense.
Imbecile! Get out of my sight.
Oh, he's mean again.
It disappeared. Did we win?
What did you expect? I'd never lose to that.
There's the tone of voice again. You're definitely back to your old self. Wait, but it was you inside that thing too! What have you got to be smug about?
Sorry. I'm harsh on myself and everyone else. Just the way I am. You sound like you're concerned about me.
A little bit. We were friends. I felt like we were really good friends there for like
But
an
don't
hour.
worry. Thanks to you, even if I didn't change a thing, at least I now know the truth.
The memory recovery seems to have been a success. This dream has served its purpose.
Come on. Let's continue this outside.
Oh. Oh. Oh, it was a dream.
Benny's
Oh, we were in a
adventure
domain.
team, assemble!
We were in a dream. The asshole is back. Exactly, the asshole is back.
Or not.
Or not. Poor Benny. Poor Bennett. This VI had a lot of fun. Yeah, that's actually really cool.
Welcome back, Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer.
Benny, my boy. Benny, my boy.
We just went on a really long journey. Paimon's exhausted.
You don't like being addressed by that name?
It's fine. But I was just thinking, I should probably change it. After learning about everything the doctor did, there's no way I can carry on using a name connected to him. I'm not planning on returning to the Fatui, and they wouldn't take me back anyway. Recent events will have affected a lot of people, and they might not even remember who the 6th is.
So, you're quitting the Fatui for good?
It's like you said, Lesser Lord Kusanali. Everything may look futile, but it wasn't completely meaningless. At least I made a lot of people forget about me.
But that doesn't mean your own past has disappeared.
Of course.
And your main goal, for which you gave up everything you had, you weren't able to achieve it. I hope you can see and understand that. Changing the world, changing the past, changing the fates of other people, these are not simple things to accomplish. What you are looking for is complete annihilation. But this is just a fantasy. Even if the Balladeer is removed from existence, the world will not heed your will.
Indeed. How ridiculous.
Do you regret doing all that when you've gotten so little in return?
Oh my god, Paimon, what a
Even
question.
if I'm completely worthless, there's nothing in the world worth regretting. Lesser Lord Kusanali.
No regrets.
You purposely left that information in Irminsul, didn't you?
Yes, and I took pains to make sure that you'd acquire that information naturally.
Why would you go to such lengths? You trying to win me over too?
In all honesty, your past experiences have made you a useful asset to Sumeru and to me. Winning you over was indeed a part of my plan. But before that, I wanted to tell you the truth about your past. If all I wanted to do was use you, then I'd be no different from the doctor.
Very clever.
She is the god of wisdom, after all.
That's one of my virtues.
Utility to others is what gives me worth. So if embracing my sins is what it takes to make me useful again, so be it. Oh right, I almost forgot. You're the good guys. You're into justice and all that. Sorry if I have a slightly different perspective on things.
Oh my goodness. We saved your life,
I've been
dude.
duped. The wisest leaders are fated to end up with the best helpers. I can live with that.
I'm glad you're able to think of it in that way. Traveler, in the future, I'll continue to search Irminsul more deeply and see what secrets can be uncovered, including the beginning of your twins' journey recorded in Irminsul. What exactly happened before and after that point? I want to know as well. I will try.
Traveler. After I dove into the information torrent in Irminsul, why did you go to Inazuma? So that's how you found out whose fate had changed. And how. Well, whatever your reasons, you did me a favor. And I'll do everything I can to pay it back.
Yeah, we didn't do this for a reward, asshole.
Borrowing and returning are the only real relationships between individuals. I'll balance the books one day. Don't you worry.
That's not true. A relationship between two people is not simply a ledger that can be reset to zero. I think deep down you realize this. People who show up in your life don't just evaporate like water drops and leave nothing behind. There is no such thing as balancing the books. Some things in this world can never be brought back, and they can never be changed, which is why there is emotion in the human world. Everything that you feel is real and lasting, and whatever is missing in you will not be made whole. To be human is to live with imperfections. You can choose whether or not you want to be human.
But humans can't live without a heart, can they? Anyway, I gave up trying to become a human a long time ago.
You understand what pain is perfectly well, even without a heart. You're just bearing your feelings. The past is set in stone, but you can keep moving on. And the longer your future lasts, the shorter your past will become, until one day, it is but a tiny fraction of your life.
Sounds like you've got a future planned out for me.
Everything's ended up being pretty darn complicated. Paimon doesn't even know where to start, but the most important thing now is that you need to follow Nahida. Otherwise, all our efforts will have been for nothing.
Well, I don't know. Is that following Nahida? Where are we giving him some time on his own? He probably needs it, right?
Then I guess I'll be helping you from behind the scenes from now on.
I'm glad that you've accepted our proposal. Why don't you choose a new name to celebrate?
Ooh, ooh, ooh! Paimon wants to pick an ugly nickname for you, too!
Why?
Because Paimon still doesn't like you that much.
Then I hope we don't see much of each other in the future.
I fucked up.
A
We were
name
supposed to
is
do
life's
22.
first gift. You didn't say it out loud, but I know that's what you're thinking.
Only did 21.
The Traveler and Paimon have helped you a lot. If you can't decide on a new name, maybe you can ask them for ideas.
Just stretch it.
No, Paimon only does nicknames. If it's a serious name you're after, it's all yours.
No, thank you, Paimon.
Have you got anything?
Name change rules. You can obtain the item. Change Aeon's Drift. Wanderer Animo's name. Please note that some names cannot be utilized. Wait, you can give him a name? What if I just want to call him the Wanderer? Should we name him Chadley for Genshin? Oh. If there's some fun if I rename him Scaramucci or Raiden. Oh, really? I just want to name him Wanderer. Oh, okay.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Oh, alright. If you say so.
There. Now you have a name of your own.
What about a nickname? Are you done yet?
Still thinking. Stop rushing me!
Take your time.
What does that name mean?
I don't need to see you again until you've thought of one. Everyone who manipulated me and made me suffer.
You can name him Corey
will
too
have
and
to
see the
pay
fun
price.
interaction.
You mean the Fatui?
The doctor, at least.
Now that your stance has changed, I believe your future path will change accordingly. But it won't be immediate. You still need some time to compose yourself.
One more thing. There are still some descendants of the Raiden Gokuden living in Inazuma. Some of them know.
Oh, that was the name of
Well,
his boss fight?
They ought to know about the connection between Raiden Gokuden and myself. I don't plan to leave Sumeru for the time being. If you
That was
see
the
them
name
in
of
Inazuma,
the
please
machine?
tell them that I was the one responsible for the Raiden Gokuden's downfall. Even though the events have been erased from the world, they still deserve to know the truth.
I see.
Welcome in,
That is
Beanie,
up
by the
to
way.
you.
Huh? But if we
Hope
do
you're doing
that,
well.
then...
It's fine. Let them stab their blades into my chest if they so desire. Maybe that's how it always should have been. No nonsense. I like it. Alright, let's call it a day. Goodbye, wise deity. And you too.
And you too.
What he went through today would have been like living an entire lifetime in an instant. He'll need some time to calm down.
Yeah, true. But even so, after everything that's happened, he doesn't seem quite as fierce anymore. So we can finally go eat? Paimon is starving.
Paimon's always hungry.
Thank you both. I hope you will find somewhere nice to go and relax for a while.
I've got it! I can end my novel with some words from Mikoshi Nagamasa.
You mean because everyone else in the story is dead?
Yeah, I heard that Mikoshi Nagamasa died at a ripe old age. He's the perfect fit to be the narrator of the epilogue. The dark clouds had dissipated, but they continued to cast their shadow in Mikoshi Nagamasa's mind for decades to come. Then, one night, as an old man, he had a dream. On the night when that prized blade, the Daitatara Nagamasa, was forged, the people rejoiced, and there was painting, dancing, and drinking. All these expressions of joy melted down in the furnace fire and turned into red clouds that rallied around the final sunrise that Mikoshi Nagamasa saw in his lifetime. Life is a story too long to be told, a journey that you must walk to behold.
I don't know why I went this way. There? He's a lush. That venti.
It's about time we had a break. As soon as you stop, all the tiredness and hunger comes rushing back.
Yeah, rest up, Paimon.
Wow, great! Huh? Look at the vase. Did someone break it while they were cleaning the room or something? But Paimon doesn't remember there being a cleaner.
You broke it, Paimon.
You sound lost and confused. I know why you are troubled. Any who knew of this would find their mind overwhelmed.
It sounds like my
Is
voice.
there someone here talking to us?
Unfortunately, The fate of Tevat cannot easily be changed. Perhaps a god may have a slim chance, but for anyone else, who can say? When a small animal runs into a tree trunk, though the tree may sway,
Welcome
it is
back,
not
Razzle.
displaced. The same is true of fate. Like a
Wait,
vase
what do I
that
remember?
falls to the ground. Whether it is broken by a cat or by a bird, the result is still a broken vase, is it not?
Who are you? How do you know about all this?
Oh, Paimon, yeah, Paimon broke the vase.
History
I
does
vaguely
not
remember
change
something Paimon did.
easily, but human hearts can. Believe your own eyes. Only that which you see is true. What is unseen is but an illusion.
Illusion. What did we miss? We did some stuff with the Wanderer.
The voice has disappeared. And who the heck was that? And what were they doing coming out of nowhere and saying all that scary stuff?
Yeah, Paimon. Not very nice, huh?
Anyway, that face is still lying there broken on the ground. Should Paimon go get
Oh
someone
my
to
god,
clean it up?
Paimon, you clean it
She's
up. You
wrong, just
broke it.
leaving there. Just a moment. Paimon will be right back.
Paimon, you broke it. You clean it up. What do you mean?